Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be building the best aviary that I ever did, and I'm going to give it all my effort to make it look as cool as possible. So let's start choosing like the size of our aviary, and I'm thinking something like this could work, and guests will like come over here, just look at the dinosaurs. But I guess that we need to change something, and I'm going to show you a trick to make this look even better. Okay, so first you need to like select a place that you can elevate and that won't look very ugly when you will do that. So I'll go over here to the aviary, select this guy, and just place it like this over here. Now this doesn't work, so I'm just going to delete it, and I just have to like find a place that I can elevate and that won't look very ugly. And I think that this place is like the best look, or yeah, maybe like that. Now here comes the real trick. So if you go here to environment, you can just elevate this part over here, make sure that the slope is 100% up, and now just try to mesh this like thing with the ground, or even place it taller, so guests like can see the dinosaurs from this part. Okay, so if you'll do that, you'll get this like thing that won't look really cool, but you can just fill it out with rocks. Now that you did this, you'll see that over here is like this place where it can get very close to the aviary. So this is what the terrain that we're going to use, so it will look better. So let me just change this, and you have to do it all around this like aviary, and we'll fix it from inside later on. But yeah, in the part that guests won't be able to see the aviary, you can just remove all of this, or you can just do whatever you want really. And look, for example, I don't want guests to like walk on this side, so I'm just going to remove it, make it look better. And I want guests to like have a plaza over here where they can just, I don't know, maybe place a building or amenity, and this will really look way cooler because you can just be like a human and watch inside the aviary. And now the second trick comes in, which is making this like very low, so it will make that the illusion that the like aviary pteranodons, or what you want to place over here, will have like a lot of space to move. So you just have to go here to flatten terrain, make sure that this part over here isn't coming, like the part with the guest, the height isn't coming in towards the aviary, so we can have more place to work with in the future. And make sure to also fix it from over here, because it may look like have some imperfections, and you can just change it later on. But now what you want to do is just remove this part from the aviary, so it will look as cool as possible. And like I mentioned, don't forget this part to get fixed. This is very important, so it won't look just strange. And also I have a tip to make this part as big as possible so you can fit more buildings and just make it look better. So if you want to use this space for any buildings, or you just don't want to add so many things in your park, you can just do this and just waste some space in your park. And over here you can place like some trees or whatever you want really. But what I'm going to do today is just placing some trees, so it will look like more natural. And when guests like will see from over here, they will see like some trees over there, and that will make the illusion that this thing, like this aviary, has a lot of space, or make it look like it has more space for the dinosaurs than it really has. So once you do that, make sure to put it as close as you can to the aviary, like this. And also over here, if you want to add nothing over here, just add some trees. Okay, so this is what you'll have. And also in this corner, I'll say you have to add like some trees over here, just like that. And another thing that is really cool is adding some caves. So that's what you should really do. And you can get a lot of caves from scenery, blueprints. And over here there are some caves made by the Jurassic World Evolution 3 team. And there are some big caves and also some small caves like I have over here. But I don't know why, but I just can't put it on here. So you just have to come in here and add it. And you can also like move it up how you want really. And this is like the final result. You can also add some rocks in the back or make like a mountain. But that's not what I really want to do today. We just have to add some water over here. And also the colors that we can add over here are very important. And what I recommend you do is add sand in the water because this looks very cool. Look, like this looks like a beach. And it really makes the illusion that they come over here a lot to drink water. That they will really do in the future when we'll add them because this is going to be their only source of water. You can also add this thing over here that is like sand already made. And this looks like better for a desert biome, but I will use it in this build because it also has this like rock texture, and it will make like add some rock texture to the aviary, so it will look way better. Make sure to also like change some foliage in some places, like let's say in this corner that I have over here, where it will be like more like not so intense place, so these guys can just go here, chill and rest. If you don't really care for the back of the scenery and you won't have like attraction over here or some dinosaurs that will like look into this scenery on the back, I have a really cool trick for you. So first you have to place a lot of rocks over here and also up here. Now this will look very strange, but you just have to trust the process, and it will look really cool when it's going to be finished. So once you finish, make sure that it will look very cool. And this really looks like a cave. You just have to put things on top over here. And now the things that I wanted to show you guys is the tricks. So you just have to use like a cave. Let me just look for it over here. Let's use this one for this build and just place it like more in the rocks. So just bring it up over here and place it. And you can just place a lot of caves because Frontier really gave us a lot of blueprints made by them, so we can build whatever we want. You can also place these like rocks in like made by Frontier that has like a texture to make it look better from all the sides. So I'm going to place it so it will match this cave from over here. So now you have some caves over here. You can also place like some rocks in the back, but I want to show you guys something really cool. And oh, I can't go over here, so I'm just going to remove this really quick. Okay, so now that I removed that, I want to show you a thing over here. Like I made this tunnel for them to hide. Look, this is really cool. I didn't have an intention to make this, but it just turned out like this. And I think that this looks very cool. So they will have like this house over here, and guests can also enjoy them. So now this is complicated because I have used all my ideas, but over here you can like just add some destroyed things, and you can get that in gantries over here, like some destroyed things that they play with. You can just add them like this. I don't know, just you have to be creative creating strange things. that then the Pteranodons can play with. Okay, so now that we have 2 pieces, or you can even have a lot more, you can just confirm and create a group. Also, same over here, create a group here, and then just duplicate them and drag it around like you want. Also important to rotate them so it won't look very repetitive. Also on this side we can add some things. And this is like just a tutorial, but you can be very creative and make something even better. Now I know that this is going to be in my park of Eutyranus versus Allosaurus, but I don't really have a lot of time to play, and I also have to do a lot of things, so that's what I'm going to be using. Okay, so now that you have all this like garbage, you can just create a group and start duplicating it, just placing it all around over here. And I think that nobody's going to like notice that this is very repetitive, like you can tell, but if we add like a lot of things like above, nobody's going to notice. So this is like the garbage place, and to make this look even better, go over here to painting and just like one that looks very ugly to match like these destroyed things that the Pteranodons play with. So this is what we have over here, like a lot of garbage. And also this like green pasture doesn't look really cool. So I also say that you should remove it from over here. Okay, so now the most complicated part is done. You made all of this. And now I really have like an idea, and that is that you just move this. And I guess this is too big, but I also have a blueprint over here in my own blueprints, in scenery blueprints, yes, over here with this one over here. And you can just like add this in the middle, so guess will feel also like in a scenery or aviary, sorry. And I guess that this looks really cool, and then you can just connect all of this with some path to really make that illusion. So let's say that in this part you begin over here, then you have to go like this, come over here to this, and then they just come over here and just watch the Pteranodons. And if you really want, you can also like make this thing like a ramp over here, and also just go in this place where you have the path and demolish this thing. And now this is only if you have a lot of time, or if you are like not a lot of them, but you can also decorate the inside. You can choose that if you want. If you don't want, that's alright, you don't really have to. So now that you have everything done, you can just go on and making it in all the sides, but I'm not really going to do that, and because I want to get to the other things that I wanted to make. And also this part like got disconnected. Let me just do it really quick like this. Okay, so in this part I will suggest you adding a amenity like I'm going to do also over here, but if you don't want to add one, it's alright, but I'm just going to add one so guests can just enjoy their hamburgers and also watch the Pteranodons. Now I'm going to connect this to my other build over here that I made, and this part looks really ugly, so you can, if you want, just add some rocks. And you may already know this, but if you go over here, you can add like frontier placeable rocks like this. And also make sure that the intensity is at maximum so you won't lose any time. Now just place all your rocks over here, some trees even maybe, and also over here make sure to add some. And this is the build that I wanted to make. It looked really cool. And if you want to get like these things over here, I have like a video where I made a tutorial, or you can also go to blueprints of the community and search for these like spheres made out of glass and just look for them in the workshop. So this is the build for today. Tell me what you think, some upgrades that you would add, and see you in the next one. Bye!